Hey guys, quick video here because the complaints, the requests keep coming into the office. It's becoming a daily affair right now. The United States is losing billions of dollars every year to romance scams. So I just figured there's just not enough that can be said on the topic. If all it does is save one person, then it's well worth it. This is how a romance scam works from beginning to end. We deal with it on the processing end as aid money when we're taking in transactions and trying to keep these guys out. We deal with it in the courts when I have to go and defend or give expert testimony as to what really went down. So here's how it goes. Basically about 22 steps. Step one, 20-something-year-old, and I'm going to talk about the Nigerian context, even though we know it happens all over the world, but let me talk about the one that I'm most familiar with. 20-something-year-old is educated, unemployed, doesn't have much to do, kind of hanging around. Sees his friends. His friends are doing pretty good, living lavish. What's the secret? He asks. They tell him. These boys are what we call Yahoo boys, okay? They got nice cars, nice watches, and they throw nice parties. Young man comes up to them, they say follow. Comes in, they bring him into their collective. You want to call it a gang, call it whatever you want to. First thing, they give him access to profiles. Profiles means targets. Profiles means pre-set up identities, fake identities that they use on the different social media platforms to lure in Americans. They also give him what you will call a target list, like a fishing pond to go fishing in. Give him access to computers and a location like a cyber cafe where IP addresses are masked, where goings and comings won't be checked, and where there's some security for the criminal activity in terms of the local community. This person joins his collective, and in exchange for giving up a certain amount of their profits, they are accepted in and they can start working. And what do? They take these profiles. The profiles tend to be retirees, widower, usually white. That's a whole different conversation, and we'll unpack that later. They go out and they start fishing. They wake up in the morning and they just send these, and the scam group also gives them a text profile, a basic word-for-word response for every imaginable thing a target's going to say to you. So by the time you ask the question, they have a response. The response doesn't change. Remember, they're dealing with 20, 30 people at the same time. They've shot, they've thrown this script into this pond. They've put their profile out there, and they've engaged 30 different women or 30 different men in Nebraska or wherever it is. Depending on who responds, whatever you respond to, there's a preset response, follow-up to what you say, be it question, answer, whatever it is. And they'll keep doing that until they get the 1 or 2 or 3 people who look like they're very interested. These are called, these are at this point are targets about to become victims. The word for them is MAGA. Yes, MAGA, M-A-G-A. As soon as these people start to communicate, the script changes into a romantic, religious kind of bent. I love you, I'm lonely, I'd love to be with you, and our God would like to see this happen. Our shared Christianity is a bond that we must explore. When these things, two things come together, the now victim thinks they're in a relationship, and they go on for months. Sometimes this thing can go on for a year. They never meet this person, they never FaceTime with this person, but the romantic conversations continue on Facebook or some similar app. Eventually, this results in an ask for money. And when the ask happens, it's usually for 2 things, professional or personal. I'm working offshore on a drilling platform, and my rig just fell into the hole, and I need $200,000 to get it out, or I'm in a lot of trouble. Or I'm in a hospital, I had a motorcycle accident, here's pictures of me in the hospital. Very well photoshopped. These guys are good at photoshopping. And they'll give you videos of the underwater accident, or they'll give you photos of them in a hospital bed. The victim now wants to save their boyfriend or their girlfriend from this mess they're in. So they start to ask, how can I help? And the answer is send money to, and here's the key, It's never to me. It's never to the profile. It's never to the person you're engaging. It's to a third party. That third party is a colleague, a business associate, a friend, family, something. Send them the money for me. And as soon as the victim sends the money, as soon as the target sends that money, they become a victim. They become what's called a paying MAGA. And at that point, it becomes a money laundering thing. How do we get the money to, in this case, Nigeria, where these kids are scamming from? So now they come to an American, usually a Nigerian American here in the US who has a legitimate bank account, and they convince them for one reason or the other, or a Nigerian American business person, oh, you sell cars, we want you to buy a car and send it to Nigeria for us. Oh, you run a dealership, here's $30,000, it's gonna come into your account tomorrow. He looks in his account tomorrow, there's $30,000. He doesn't care who it came from. He was told to go procure a car and send it to Nigeria. He has no reason to believe the money is bad. He buys the car. Alternatively, Nigerians are always looking to buy dollars with the naira that they have in Nigeria. They do a transaction, sell property, or do business in Nigeria, and they have a bunch of naira in their Nigerian naira account, and they need to move it to the US to pay bills in the US. And so you say to them, hey, I'll buy that naira off of you in exchange for dollars. And this guy is excited. $30,000, okay. I'll look at my account tomorrow, and he looks in his account tomorrow, and there's $30,000 in there, except it came from the victim. He takes the $30,000, he releases the $30,000 equivalent of naira in Nigeria to the scammers or to whoever the designee is. That money vanishes away, usually invested in real estate real quickly, so that the government authorities can never get to it. And now what you're left with is a victim who gets ghosted now because they've figured out that the victim is dried out. They've got no more money. They've established that from constant communications and proddings and trying to take everything from them. They've wiped them out, so they'll ghost them. And that's when the victim goes to the bank, complains to the bank calls the Secret Service. Secret Service seizes the account of the Nigerian American who was the unwitting mule in this case. And we end up in court. But mind you, the money is gone. So what do we say to you? Well, we always say to you, please, 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 don't send money to anyone who you haven't met in person. If you make that a rule, there is no way you can be scammed. Very simply, if that relationship gets to the point where money is being requested, promise to give the money, but only after you've had a physical contact with this person. What that does, it is let them know that they cannot scam you, and they'll concentrate on the other 29 targets that they're chasing simultaneous with you. I really hope this helps. It's painful to watch these things. Have a good day, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.